Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another of my short stories from the book I'm working on called Dark. This story is called Being a King is Overrated. They killed my wife, the Queen, but I got away. So I continued in my 22nd year as the King of Strifia. I'm still in my prime, yet felt weighed down by the job. The old bridge could collapse, but how would we pay for a new one? The people are already heavily taxed because of my government's inefficiency and corruption. When we needed to build a school, one of the bidders bribed our Ministry of the Interior to get the contract. Then he ordered 20% more lumber and roofing than he needed. The only way we found out is that we saw that deep in the woods, he had used the extra material to build himself a grand house. I made him make restitution, and in appreciation for not going to jail, he built me a small cabin in a different part of the woods. Strifia is always facing the threat of war. Most leaders are too aggressive, not caring enough about the loss of life and property that their wars cause. When I ordered the laying down of arms and using the money for things like schools and bridges, those leaders view that as weakness, an opportunity, and they invade and take our land. Strifia is half the size of what it was. Then there are mundane things a king must deal with, like when a farmer complained that he was sold a sick horse. The seller insisted that it got sick after he sold it. I couldn't figure out what to do, so I told him to compromise and for the seller to return half the money. Both of them left dissatisfied. And alas, there are my children and my ministers. They all want power and lucre, and will flatter me, lie to me, do anything to get them. And in my heart, none of them deserve much. So one day, in the middle of one of their many squabbles, ostensibly about what's good for the kingdom, but really about what's good for them, I asked my son for his lyre, my daughter for her knitting needles and wool, my wisest advisor for some great books, and with my sweet doggie, went to my cabin in the woods. It's a year later and I'm still there. Occasionally I visit the castle and find that things haven't changed much. I'm sometimes tempted to return to the throne, but doubt I can make much difference. So I plan to stay in the woods with my lyre, my dog, and my books. In any event, that short story is called Being a King is Overrated. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel, and would welcome you checking out my book that is on Amazon called Soloists, Stories of Introverts and Outsiders Facing a Dilemma. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.